I'm going to talk about bypassing voicemail. Ideally, you do want to reach your prospect directly. You are always better off having a conversation than waiting for somebody to call you back or respond to your email. So if you can reach somebody directly, that's always your first choice. So I want to give you, I've got 12 strategies, 12 things that you can do to bypass voicemail. And the first one is what we've been talking about. Ask the gatekeeper. Ask that frontline person, be a detective. Ask the questions. When is the best time to reach Jane? And call back whenever that gatekeeper tells you you might be able to reach them. You also want to vary your calling times. If you're always calling somebody at exactly the same time, maybe they don't come in that early or they stay late one day. So if you're calling at different times, you increase the chances that you might be able to reach them. Make sure you get alternate phone numbers. People not only have their office lines, they may have multiple office lines. They might be at different locations. Get all the numbers. I'm sure they have a cell phone. Get their cell phone number. Make sure that you've got their email address. Get all the contact information. You can also call prospects outside of business hours. Most gatekeepers work 8:30 to 4:30 or 9 to 5. High-level decision makers, business owners, they come in early, they stay late. If you call someone before the start of business or after business hours, there's a very good chance, if you're calling a high-level executive or a business owner, there is a very good chance. And by the way, you should always ask for the direct dial. When you call and you get a receptionist, say this, I forgot to say it earlier. Does she have a direct line so I don't have to bother you again? Write that script down. Does she have a direct line so I don't have to bother you again? Because when you get that direct line, you can call, and lots of times high-level decision makers and business owners will be picking up their phones when all the support staff has gone home. You can also call during lunch. Support staff goes out for lunch. High-level decision makers and business owners, if they don't have a lunch meeting, they could very well be at their desk answering their phone. You can also block your phone number. This does depend where you're making your calls from. If you're making your calls from your office, you cannot do this. If you have a home office, you can call up the phone company, depending on the state that you live in. They can block your phone number from showing up so that you can the prospect doesn't know who's calling them or how many times you might have called.